Hello, my name's James. I am a portrait photographer from Portsmouth in the UK. You've probably not heard of me, and I welcome you to this. Thank you so much for joining me this evening on the channel to hopefully raise some funds for Leukaemia Care. For this guy over here, for James, we printed off his image earlier today. Looks amazing. He always took so much pride in coming into our studio for photography sessions, and I loved working with him. So we've gone through our archives and we've had a look at our warehouse, had a good clear out of stock, and hopefully we can get you involved by showcasing, sharing some of our work this evening, some of our printed images. And if you want something, you can purchase something, and if not, you can just enjoy the stream. If you're watching this, drop me a message. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know. We're going to begin straight away. We're going to take James off here, put him in a very safe space over here. And we're going to start off with some of the things that we found in our warehouse that we've discounted heavily tonight. So if you did want to donate to a fantastic charity called Leukaemia Care, you can do for as little as £4 tonight. And we will send something out in the post to you as a thank you. Thank you very much, Jonathan. It's good to see you there from Virginia in USA. Have we got anyone further than Virginia? Let me know in the comments. Everyone who purchases something tonight will receive one of these. It's Timeless Tony Storm before she was timeless. If you purchase anything tonight, we will put one of these in your order completely for free. We discovered that we have lots of these, I think, because the printers double ordered for us. So we've got lots of Tony Storm as shot by me in 2018 before she became the world's greatest female. I was going to say wrestler, but she's not, just the world's greatest female. There you go. You will get one of these. And if you just wanted to donate tonight, you could just go on the store. £5 will get you one of these and we'll ship it to you anywhere in the world. Similarly, I think the same printers, hey, from the UK, we've got someone watching us from the UK over here. So massive thank you to Amy for joining us. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Similarly, the printers made the same mistake with these was Mariah May, now Blake Monroe prints in front of, and if you're from Portsmouth, you will recognize this as my dog's size wall art. And I probably shouldn't be saying that because we're using his art to promote this, but he's a fantastic local artist and I've purchased enough of his art over the years. It decorates my house, so I feel okay to use this. This is only £4 because we've got so many of them. So if you just wanted to donate £4 to an amazing cause and get one of my official prints on the back there, we will get that to you and you can purchase that. The other two things that we've got in the store that are signed, Zoe Lucas signed prints there. Zoe looking amazing. We've got loads of those. They're £10. And another one here, the Glamour Mariah May before she was Blake Monroe. That is signed by her. We found a lot of those in the warehouse as well. So they're £10 if you wanted to get your hands on one of those. One of one prints we've got that we found. Two signed. Michael the Oku OJMO. That's it. You can get him that. That was in his hands once upon a time. Signed prints there from Michael. So thanks so much for Michael. We're going to talk more about Michael and his meteoric rise and how amazing he is to work with as well. Once upon a time, Aaliyah James came into our studio and had some Tomb Raider style shots, and she signed these. This is one of three. This is the last one of those three left. That's discounted on the store. This is number 3 of 3. That is discounted on the store. There's only one of those, and there's only one of these left as well. That's 3 of 3. That's another Tomb Raider shot there on the dark green. Really, really cool. Nice fine art prints on a matte paper, those, and they are available on the store, discounted. I haven't had time to put Danny Luna or Debbie Keitel up on the store, but I've got these as test prints, and they will be less than a tenner because they were only test prints. So we'll put those up on the store as and when I can. Hyan, professional wrestler Hyan, signed some images from when she was here. I think this is the last one of these on the red background in the chair. Mount signed here, down here, mounted on a nice black mount, ready to go in a 10x8 frame. That's discounted on the store. And now we come into these ones that I really enjoy because they're really, really special to me. You'll notice on the PWI rankings that the third best wrestler in the world is a guy by the name of Gunther. But before he was Gunther, his name was Volta. And he went to Wembley Stadium and he had a match against Tyler. And I shot this for Progress Wrestling. This is the very last, pretty much the last picture I took for Progress. It's definitely the last show I covered for Progress Wrestling at Wembley Arena, a packed out Wembley Arena. I think 5,000 fans in attendance. And I managed to capture this image, which evokes sort of feelings and memories of Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, WrestleMania, whatever that was. I'm sure you wrestling fans will let me know what WrestleMania that was. I think it was 3. Silverdome or Superdome, one of those two. But this is like a really subtle nod to professional wrestling. Wembley Arena is quite synonymous for British wrestling, going back to like Big Daddy Giant Haystacks, that kind of thing. And to have this moment captured, I really enjoyed this shot. I think it's kind of, it goes a little bit above and beyond, you know, standard ringside photography. And I think I've only got 5 of these left, and they've been discounted down to well under half price because I just want them out of the door and I want to raise money for Leukaemia Care. So get yourself one of those. There's only 3 or 4 of those left out of, I only did a run of 10 prints of those. So there's only 3 or 4 of those left. At the very, very first all out was this shot here that I took. I literally only got 3 of these left. And one of these hangs on the wall of Aubrey's home, which is really, really cool. This is not often we see someone try and sell an image of a referee from a match, but I like this one. Hangman Page. Thank you very much, Graham. That's very kind. I will put that up in a moment. Hangman Page reshared this with the sort of like the golden thirds rule around it from mathematics, saying that it was sort of like the perfect composition within a frame. I think you could do that with any photo, but I really like this. I love the expression. I love the fact that it's real. And I love the fact that it's just, again, a subtle nod to wrestling in a little 10x8 frame, perfect for the home, perfect to go on the wall as a little subtle nod. And that is down to less than half price. Graham is banging there. He's got his Mariah May print in his cart. I appreciate that very much indeed, Graham. Thank you. This next image, again, less than half price. I've only got a few of these left. There was only a run of 10 that I printed of these on fine art matte paper. And this is the #1 wrestler on the PWI. So we started off quite high, the 1 and the 3 wrestler on the PWI. Don't ask me to name all the other ones. I know Simon Miller's about 296. Other than that, I don't know. Oh, Tate Mayfair's was all right as well. Tate Mayfair's was like top 250. But other than that, I don't know anyone. Sugar Dunkerton made the top 100. He's a fantastic gentleman. So well done to him. But this is Cody lifting up his, essentially the belt that his dad, among others, made famous. This is possibly the most important picture I've ever taken in my wrestling career. I love this one. I love the emotion on it. And again, it's a subtle nod. Little 10x8 frame will go perfectly on the wall of your home. And it's less than half price. I don't have many of these left. The last one of this series is a Cara Noir print. It's a really interesting portrait that I shot backstage. Something a little bit different and something, again, that isn't obviously a wrestling portrait. This is less than half price. And you can get one of these individually signed and individually numbered as well. So yeah, you can grab one of those and put one of those in your cart, and all the money from everything, not just the special big prints we're doing, all the money from everything going to Leukaemia Care tonight. Graham tells me that it was WrestleMania 3. Thank you. Put your favorite WrestleMania in the chat. You can't say WrestleMania 17. What's your favorite WrestleMania? You can't say WrestleMania 17. On with the next couple of prints as I whack my microphone. I'll come on to that one in a minute. This one won me an international award. There's only one of these. This is Cassius. This is all captured in camera with self-raising flour, not plain flour like you thought. No, this is self-raising flour. Not a single digital manipulation has happened to this image. This is exactly as it came out of camera. This was a test print. This is one of one. That is a nice fine art print to go on your wall of your home. Something a little bit different, something that doesn't obviously look like wrestling. And again, less than half price on that one in the store. You can find it at portraitofawrestler.com/store. It's on the banner below. Charlie Evans and Millie McKenzie are amazing. And Charlie Evans has very kindly allowed us to ship the last few remaining copies of the Medusa Complex book. It's a multi-page book where we take these two amazing talents, Millie and Charlie, both incredible, and we showcase them within the pages, and we showcase them with a massive boa constrictor. Now, interesting thing about this, right? This albino boa constrictor that is in this shot here was not the one that we booked. The one that we booked shed its skin the night before, and the one that we booked was called Custard Cream Senior. This you're looking at is Custard Cream Junior. Custard Cream Senior was twice the size of this massive snake. We had planned to use a huge albino python for this snake, and unfortunately it wasn't to be, but we got Custard Cream Junior instead. These Medusa Complex books, I've got about 9 of them left. They're all less than half price, and they are awesome, and they're really, really cool, and I love the girls in them, and there's some really, really cool imagery in here. I won't spoil it all. Get yourself a copy of these before they go. They are now super affordable. One of the first books that I produced is this one here. It's a double book. Riptide Wrestling from back in the day down in Brighton, 2019. These are images from the Riptide Rumble. Every entrant of the Riptide Rumble is featured in here, including the amazing Dave Benson Phillips. That will mean nothing to the American audience, and it will mean something to the UK audience, I'm sure. But there's loads of people in here. People like Giselle Shaw's in there, which is sort of like incredible to look back on. And then on the other side is the Cara Noir book. So it's like a double book. One book is portrait, one book is landscape, and the Cara Noir book features images of Cara Noir throughout its entire time at Riptide Wrestling. And some of them even feature a signed Cara Noir print. I can't guarantee they all do. I just don't know. But they are going up in the store, and they are less than half price, and there's not many of those left. Cool. Zoe Lucas, Insta Beauty, and Mia Amore books are still on the store. They're not discounted because Zoe does not deserve to be discounted. Zoe, you need to pay full price for Zoe merchandise. But these are the last 2. And this one here, this Insta Beauty one, is personally signed by Zoe, and we'll put some freebies in there. Remember, every purchase tonight will receive a complimentary, as over ordered by me, Tony Storm print that looks just like that. Amy, thank you so much. Amy has bought 2 Mariah May prints. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Really, really means a lot. Thank you so much. The last one here, we've only got 3 of these left. This is a Charlie Evans book. This was from about 3 years ago. I'll try and pick an appropriate page that I can share on here, on this platform. But yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Pictures like this, really, really cool black and white session, an homage to one of her favorite wrestlers. In mint condition, these are. They're really, really nice hardback covers. And these have been discounted in the store. There's only 3 of these left. Once they're gone, they are gone. That's all of them done. Let's move on to the stuff that's the big print sale. These are the big prints. Now, normally when we print A3 prints, we would charge around about £100 for them. We've discounted them for Leukaemia Care. So tonight, those prints are only £30, some of them. Some of them are a little bit more expensive because everything here is a 1 of 1, and everything here is super cool, and everything here will look super amazing. The first one that you can get your hands on in our store tonight is this one here of Thunder Rosa from Riot Cabaret with the Riot Cabaret belt on her shoulder. I'm just going to pop her up there. There she is. Thunder Rosa is an incredible person backstage. Thank you very much indeed, Graham. Look, no one should feel bad. I just want people to enjoy the stream, enjoy the stories. Anything you can donate is great, even if it's just saying nice things on here. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thunder's an amazing character backstage. She's fun and she's up for it. Sometimes when I meet someone for the first time, particularly if they're an import and they've come in from abroad or they're on TV and that sort of thing, I always take a little bit of my inner anxiety kicks in a little bit. But Thunder always makes me feel super comfortable backstage. She always comes back wanting more every time she comes back for another show. I think she's coming back for a show at Riot Cabaret in London next month, which is going to be awesome. This shot here is incredible. I just love her look in it. I love the effort she's gone into the ring gear, the effort that's gone into the headpiece, the effort that's gone into the makeup. I love the symmetry behind it. I love the showcasing of the championship as part of the ensemble with the red strap and the gold plates matching the red and the gold in the headdress and in the suit, and the gold paint in the background, wearing that championship as all champions should, like a champion. As I said to someone earlier today, the older you get, the more you realize that Bret Hart was right. And Bret Hart always looked amazing in championship photos. So whenever I take an image of a wrestling champion, I'm always trying to make them look like as much of a champion, a warrior, and someone who owns that belt as possible. And that's what I try to do here with Thunder Rosa. This is an A3 ready print on luster paper, ready to go in an A3 frame, discounted down to £30, and every single penny of that £30 will go towards Leukaemia Care. It's a lovely print. It's up on the store. You can grab it now, and there's one of one. Like all of these big A3 prints, they are all one of one. None of them will be reprinted. You will be the only person to own one of these prints. That's our number one there, Thunder Rosa. We come on to number two. Now, we're going to take a slight sideways step here for number two. Number two is a wrestler called Nikki XS, who only came to us today. She traveled down from London for a shoot today, had this image taken with us in our studio here on the red background. So spoiler alert, you're going to see a load of these images up on her feed over the next few weeks, the next few months. We have shot content with her for days, and she took the time at the end of the session here to sign the print for us. So this one, again, £30, but it is signed by Nikki. The brilliant thing about this shot that we shot today here, we shot everything with a mood board, and everything was sort of, we decided that we wanted to do something that was really stylistically daring, high contrast, and bold colors. And this is a really, really simple shot. This is one of the earlier shots in the session, actually, but with the red block in the foreground matching the pink makeup and the red lips, and the really, really sort of white makeup there across the face with those black gloves framing the face. It's just a really simple piece. And what she really loved about this image, thank you for joining us, Mike. What she really loved about this image was that it made her look almost statuesque, which gives the fine art quality to the piece. So again, it doesn't look like, and that's, I'm trying not to do this with my work at the moment, I don't want it to look like a traditional wrestling portrait. I want it to look like something awesome, something different, and something that would sit anywhere, you know, in the entertainment world, in the media space, not just wrestling photography. So this is a great shot here with all of those reds combining in there. And once again, Nikki has done the brilliant thing of signing it for us before she left for her train. So you can grab one of those in our store tonight. And remember, once again, every image that you purchase will come with a free Tony Storm print that is currently out of my hands. I don't know where it is. The next shot here, I'm definitely not reprinting this one. This is from 2017. This is the oldest print in all of the big prints for you tonight. And it's one of my favorites. It's one of the ones that was really popular online when I shot it in 2017, which I now realize is 8 years ago. So I doubt anyone remembers this. But this is a portrait of Minoru Suzuki, which I've printed up on the A3 side profile. And this is possibly when I first started photographing professional wrestlers. And thank you very much, Michael, for joining us from the warmth of Crete. I'm in the warmth of my studio. When I first started photographing pro wrestlers, as my project Portrait of Wrestler was started in 2014, I wanted to capture professional wrestlers in black and white, on dark backgrounds, low key. That was a choice because it was easier to light, but it also made everything look uniform. And when I was invited by Ring of Honor to shoot for them, I had the opportunity to shoot with Suzuki, and I wanted to basically create my last portrait of a wrestler style picture. And what better guy to do it with their fine art paper again, with the border on the outside. This one normally I would put on my store for £100. This is £30 tonight. And again, every penny goes towards Leukaemia Care. And if you've been watching this stream for a while, you will know that you get your free Tony Storm. Not timeless Tony Storm. Tony Storm as I knew her. As like a rock star or something. I'm going to try and find that Tony Storm picture so I can bring it up every time I mention her. But I think it's gone. I said I had loads of them. I have got loads of them, but I don't know where they are. Right. Next print coming up is this one here. And these two are great. And these two were brilliant fun. Harley Hudson and Myla Grace visited my studio just after they secured their contract in the United States of America, my friend, to go and wrestle over at Impact. And they came in for a style shoot. They came in with a bunch of ideas. They came in with so much enthusiasm. We'd worked with Harley before, so we knew what an amazing talent she was, what a brilliant physique she has, and what an amazing look she has. She looks different, that pink hair just being the first thing that you see. And then when we combined her with Marley, with Myla, we just had a great combination, almost like there's a big height difference, which actually in photography helps because I can help create shape and form a lot easier. We built this set for them, black and white boxes and black and white banners. And then we had them in these black and white outfits. So we went for a real monochromatic level, which really makes Harley's hair sort of stand out in here. It's a really simple sort of pose to pull off for both of them. But there's quite a lot of effort that goes into creating the scenery for this one. And I love the fact that, again, this is like profile pictures, looking off camera, doing something a little bit different and approaching the art of portrait making from a slightly different perspective. These two are great. I really appreciate them giving me the opportunity to showcase their prints as part of this project. And this could be yours if you purchase it online today, portraitofaWrestler.com/store. And every penny, again, will be going towards Leukaemia Care tonight. And this one-of-one print could be yours. Next up, big friend of the studio, this guy. We've already mentioned him once tonight. Michael, the Oku OJMO. There he is with his belt there, his Revolution Pro Wrestling belt and his funky trainers, looking really cool in my studio. Now, one of the images from this shoot made a magazine cover this past month, which was really exciting for me. One of my first images to ever get printed was in 2001, and it was of a rugby match in Dorset, and it got printed in the Dorset Echo, and it was very small. And I was working in an insurance company at the time, just answering the phone. And one lunchtime, I got to run down to the newsagent in the town centre and pick up a copy of the Dorset Echo and take it back to my desk and see my image printed large on the back cover of that as like the main image covering the sport for that weekend. And that was still the biggest buzz for me. And it took me out of my environment of a job I wasn't enjoying and I didn't value that much. And it made me believe just for a moment that things were possible within a creative space. Last week, I received a magazine that had a picture of Michael's mug on it, and I got the same feeling. I know print media is dying. I'm not mad. I know print media has no longevity, but I really, really, really enjoy the fact that an image from this session got printed, and I love this full length picture. The brilliant thing about photographs and the brilliant thing about printing photographs is it is the final destination of an image. A photograph literally drawing with light, a photograph literally drawing with light is a tangible thing that you should be able to hold. That's its final destination, and that's what makes it real. When you put a print in someone's hand or you hang a print up on someone's wall and you look at it every day, that's a really, really cool thing. Michael Oku, Rev Pro Champion, that's available in the store tonight. Discounted again, £30 on that, and that can be yours on your home. And again, we've done something a bit different with that one, made it look like a fine art piece, made it look slightly different. A few weeks back, AEW wrestling sensation Jamie Hayter came to our studio and we took her outside. We didn't do anything in the studio. We did a few things in the studio. We took her outside and she's kindly allowed us to print off this one-of-one image of her next to the iconic UK phone box there. And you can see it there. It was a really, really windy day, this one. This was just like, oh, Daniel, thank you so much. Let's just say thank you to Daniel. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Great funds raised for Leukaemia Care. Really means a lot. Thank you so much for purchasing. It was a really windy day when Jamie came to see us. We had half of the session in studio, give it that whole sort of 60s, 70s hipster vibe, built a little set for her and shot everything orange to sort of give it that sort of rustic sort of look, I suppose, that sort of authentic 70s feel to it. And then when we took her outside, I said, I want to go down to the beach and do something a bit different down by the seafront next to the beach huts with all of the color. Maybe use the pier and maybe have a look and see what's down there. And we stumbled across this big telephone box. There's an old one in Portsmouth, an old Portsmouth. If you're familiar with Portsmouth, you may know where it is. It's not far from the statue of Admiral Lord Nelson. And we posed her away from the sun. The sun's behind us here. We got a single light coming into her. It was really, really difficult to manage. And it was mostly difficult to communicate because it was so windy. She couldn't hear what we were saying. But this is a great little shot here. Iconic British landmark, something different for the home. And something different that you can hang up. Again, doesn't look like a traditional wrestling portrait. Can you see a theme here of what I'm trying to do with these prints? Doesn't look like a traditional wrestling portrait. Looks a little bit different. And maybe for an American audience with a UK telephone box, something slightly cool, something slightly retro. Get that one. That one's discounted on the store from £100 down to £30. Every penny, once again, is going towards Leukaemia Care. The amazing Will Ospreay has allowed us to print images of him. I've got two here, both from Wembley Stadium. The first one, I love this shot. The first one is this one. And it's Will flipping in Wembley Stadium, off of the rope, into nothing because of the crop light I chose to use. So I took a camera that's like an 800, had an 800mm lens on, which if you know photography, 800mm prime lens is about this wide. And it's so heavy. It was super, super heavy. It was difficult to hold and difficult to lift up. My biceps were massive by the end of it. But because it was an 800mm lens, I was able to get super close. So I was able to isolate Will against the background here. You can see a little bit of the branding in the background, but that focus there on Will leaping into nothingness, I just think is just like a slightly different shot. It's something a little bit off kilter about it. Not quite sports, not quite fine art, not quite abstract, but there's a little bit of everything in there. And I love that shot. That one's available on the store, as ever, discounted heavily. The second Will Ospreay shot that we've got here for you tonight is from the next Wembley show. He's just marked an X on MJF's back. And on this particular night, I was shooting hard cam and I managed to capture this image here of Will looking straight down the middle of the lens at me as the crowd rises to their feet, knowing that the finishing move is just seconds away. This hard cam here, I was a lot closer to the ring, so I didn't have to take this massive behemoth of a lens. I could just take like the sort of standard one there to go in pin sharp, but I could still open up nice and wide. So on Will's eyes there, everything is absolutely pin sharp. And it's the one of two pictures tonight I'm going to share with you where the performer in the ring is miles away from me, but somehow their eyes have managed to catch the middle of my lens. Love this shot. Always love working with Will. Worked with Will since 2015. Love to see his success. I do wish he'd take care of himself, look after himself and all that kind of stuff, all those flippy moves. But this could be yours, one of one. We're not printing anymore. And it's a real, if you were there at that Wembley show, it might serve as a lovely souvenir from that Wembley show for you. One of one. Get online. You can purchase that one today. Next up, someone who I've worked extensively with in the past, the amazing Nina Samuels. Someone's going around at the moment, female wrestler, saying that she's the belt collector and she's collecting all the belts. And I'm here to tell you that Nina Samuels did it first. And Nina Samuels came in to our session, to our studio. We've got a balcony at the studio here where we can actually shoot down on. So we got Nina in a position on the floor where we could pose her effectively and where we could put the belts in positions that were appropriate and made her look like a goddess. We shot the shot, the Ultimo shot, I think it's the Ultimo Dragon shot. You have to correct me if I'm wrong. We shot the Ultimo Dragon shot for her on the blue background, holding all the belts and looking amazing and doing like the homage to that. But I don't mind doing homages. There's a homage coming up, right, that I'm really proud of, right? It's almost pixel for pixel, the same picture as the one I was trying to rip off. But like this, I like doing things that are different. And I like saying to people, hey, we can do that shot, but give me the opportunity and let's try and do something different. This is fine art portraiture in my mind. Back to my black and white days. I know that it made the cover of our calendar. I know a lot of people liked it. I know it's always been a popular shot whenever I've shown it online, but I've never printed it before. This is the first time I've printed it on fine art paper, and it could be yours with every penny going to Leukaemia Care. And if you buy Nina, just as you buy everyone, you'll get a free Tony as well. We'll put a free Tony Storm print in for it. as well. So that's Nina Samuels. The second image where someone is miles away from me and looking at me is this one here. And this is CM Punk from Wembley Stadium. And we're going to get that real close so that you can see. I need to move it there. Look at that connection with the camera. That is insane. If you know Wembley Stadium, the ring was where the centre circle is. And I was pretty much on the 6-yard box in the penalty area. That's where I was set up. So that's how far away I was. I shared this recently on a reel on my Instagram feed, Y2 Jim Bob, for the old schoolers out there. I shared a reel of this, the story behind it. This is the story. I'm going to share this with you, right? I shared it on there, and I didn't shout about it at the time, so I'm going to shout about it now. When I shared it on there, I tagged CM Punk and went, yeah, lol, he'll see that. And yeah, lol, he saw it. And yeah, lol, he replied to it and said, that's an amazing shot. Thank you for sharing. Come and have a cup of tea with me. Next time, tea's on me. And I didn't share that with it. It wasn't even a private message. It was public. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of cool. There's a thing in wrestling where you can't get excited about anything. You've got to be like you're in a school playground, like, oh, yeah, it's all right, sort of thing. I was kind of like a bit blown away by it. And I confided in a professional wrestler about it. And they said, no, you should be really pleased with that. And you should probably reach out to him because he'll probably meet you for tea. I still don't believe he will, even though he said he definitely would. How mad is that in my head? Anyway, CM Punk, 1 of 1, A3 size. A real testament to a moment in time that if you're familiar with your wrestling history and what happened at that event, you might enjoy that. Some people won't, but you might enjoy it. £30, that one on the online store. There is another version of it that's a smaller one that's mounted that I had done as a test print. That's a much smaller one. It's on a 10x8. You can purchase that. That'll go smaller on your wall. That's on the store as well, so you can purchase that, and the money will go again to Leukaemia Care. And every purchase, you will get a free Tony Storm print. One of my favorite people to photograph in my studio, and I love her to bits because I think she's an incredible character, is this person here, Amira. And Amira and Michael have allowed me to take off 2 of their prints today. And this, if you're familiar again, I don't know how many people follow are here because of No Fuss Muss and me doing training content for like lighting, and how many people are wrestling fans. But if you're familiar with your wrestling, you'll know that this is sort of like Macho Man Elizabeth. I get asked for this sort of shot a lot, but I love doing it. And this is great. And I love her attitude. And I love Michael's look in this picture. And I love the fact that they're champions. And I just love the fact that it's a celebration of them. So if you're a fan of Amira, which you should be because she's genuinely incredible, and if you're a fan of Michael because he's an incredible athlete and an incredible human, then you can get this print, A3. I'm sure if you take it to a show, they'll sign it for you. 1 of 1. And the £30 that you use to purchase this print will go directly to Leukaemia Care. Next up is a daring print. It's one of my favorite portraits I've ever taken. I've entered it in for awards and it's never been recognized. And I don't know why. And I think if you put this on the wall, it makes a statement about you. But Debbie Keitel has very kindly, she's working out in Japan at the moment. She's doing amazing things out in Japan. Debbie Keitel kindly allowed us to print one of hers. And this is the image that we've got from her shoot. I love this shot. This is really daring. On her mood board, which we created for her, this shot was on her mood board. And we really wanted to do something that was similar to it, but better than it. The one that was on the mood board was kind of like flat lit and it was just basic color and not much emotion. And I thought we could do something different. So we dressed her in slightly different tights for it to give us that texture. We gave her a slightly different expression to get, and we converted it into black and white. And again, I'll say it again, all of these things that we're sharing tonight that I've deliberately picked prints that aren't wrestling portraits. I've tried, apart from the last one, which is a homage to a famous wrestling portrait featuring wrestlers, obviously. But this one here, it's something a little bit different. It's something a little bit daring. The black and white really helps it. I love the fact that there's lovely shape and form within it. Good use of composition throughout that print. This one here, if you purchase it, go on your wall. Hell of a statement to make with this shot, right? £30 on the online store and you get your free Tony Storm print with it. And every penny goes towards Leukaemia Care. check out the store, portraitofaWrestler.com/store. Next picture, we're going to go to Charlie Evans over in Australia, who's probably not awake at the moment. Hopefully she sees this when she is awake. Love you, Charlie. Thank you very much for supporting the project, and thank you for always coming to us for photo shoots. This is a shot that we captured of her with Custard Cream Jr. Really simple shot. Now, I think I can tell you this, that out of Millie McKenzie and Charlie Evans, one of them was very confident with holding the albino python, and one of them was not so confident with holding the albino python, but they got more confident. And I love people that face up to things they have anxieties about, face up to things that they're a little bit nervous about, and show up and do things. And the shape that we've got with the snake going around the waist and over the top here is perfect. The connection that Charlie has with the camera is perfect. The use of the veil is great. The color combination is different. It's daring. I love this shot. If you're a Charlie Evans fan, or if you're a fan of snakes, I don't know who's watching this. Could be, we might have a fan of snakes watching us. You can get this one here, A3, 1 of 1. You can get it to go alongside your Charlie Evans book or your Medusa Complex book, which you can buy discounted on the store. Every penny going towards Leukaemia Care. Last 2 prints now. Thanks for joining us this evening. Much appreciated. How long have we been going for? Oh, just over half an hour. That's fine. Last 2 prints now. The first one is of someone who used to be called Mariah May, is now called Blake Monroe. We got her in the studio here, early doors, and this is our homage to sort of True Blue Madonna. So you can get that one there. And Blake very kindly allowed us to print images of her for this. I love this shot. I love the use of the veil over the top. I love the connection with the viewer. It's a very, very simple shot to capture. But again, a little homage to the 80s, not something that's immediately obvious. £30 on the store. This is the last one for you tonight. You're probably familiar with it. We used it as the cover for Mariah May's book, now Blake Monroe. And it's the first time I've ever printed it up big. I'm never going to print it again. But I love this shot here. This is the glamour. This is the homage to American Beauty. When we set up this shot, again, we got the balcony. So it's similar to the Nina Samuel shot that we had earlier. So we could just light it and shoot it from the balcony looking down. And we wanted to do this. We had rose petals. And what we were going to do was just rose petals in a bath, which we'd already done. But these rose petals here were from a sheet from a next door supplier. There's a warehouse next door who supply stuff for weddings. And this blanket came out that was like, it's like a wall sheet of flowers. And we're like, we'll have that. It's got little plastic, like pins in it. They're not sharp, but they are blunt and they are quite stiff. And it was quite painful to lie on. So I can assure you that Blake or Mariah will be in a certain amount of pain on this shot. It wasn't as comfortable as they're making out. Thank you so much, Amy. That's much appreciated. I really, really appreciate that. And we managed to capture the pose from American Beauty and capture it in a way that sort of showcased Mariah there as an almost direct homage to one of the, most famous movies in Hollywood history, I think. Does it stand up to rewatching American Beauty? It might do. It might be even more relevant now. A lot of people say that about those sorts of movies. Oh, it's even more relevant now in 2025 than it was then. Might be. Anyway, those are the prints. portraitofaWrestler.com/store for the big print sale. We appreciate their big prints. We're going to do the little print sale in a month's time. Well, we're doing little prints that will be on the store. They will be one of ones as well. And there'll be smaller ones that you'll be able to frame in your home, nicely presented. But the little print sale is going to be coming up next. If you're a professional wrestler and you're looking to have your photographs taken here at my studios, Muscle White Photography in Portsmouth, our next open weekend is the 25th and the 26th of October. Discounted rates for your mini sessions. If you're a trainee wrestler looking to get your face on a poster, or you're someone who's looking just to update your portfolio, this is the perfect session for you because it's a discounted rate. It's really quick. It's in and out, and you're in safe hands with us. It's a safe space, and we will make you look and feel amazing. Share this link, portraitofaresta.com/store to anyone. All of the monies raised tonight going towards Leukaemia Care as he struggles to find an amazing image that he wants to share with you. We'll share this last one here. Jamie's the guy. Jamie's got a great attitude. That's one of my favorite images I've ever taken. I appreciate you all for coming and watching tonight. And if you're watching on catch up, I hope that the print that you want is still in the store when you click on the link to purchase. If you like any of the videos on here, please say nice things. Do like them, do watch them. There's loads of learning on there. If there's anything you want us to do for you in studio in terms of tuition, about learning photography, you can do that. You can go to my other website, nofussmus.com, download yourself a free posing guide if you are a photographer, or you can download one of my courses, the Introduction to Photography Lighting with Off-Camera Flash. That's all on there for you. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Thank you very much to everyone who purchased. I really, really appreciate everyone who's purchased prints from the store. I didn't think anyone was going to come, so I'm glad that I've seen there have been people in the room, so that's really, really kind. We'll see you on the next video. Next videos every Monday we'll drop a new lighting tutorial video, and every Thursday we'll do something a little bit different, either an interview with another photographer, a tutorial from me, or some sort of portfolio review. Thanks very much for watching, and as ever, all the very best.